And we're live.
Phenomena.
Phenomena. I'm out.
Hello,
It's
internet.
very hard to
You think that we don't
unison.
see your mischief, but we do see your mischief while we're,
I like
rattling around
doing
in the
our
green
own
room.
mischief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nerds, thank you for being here, especially as our version of 8ish has slipped to 822. We're great at our
The gentleman's
jorts.
We're fashionable.
Goddamn gentlemen,
Yes,
always showing up
fashionably
late.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're so fashionable.
We should just do the quick checks. Everyone is recording their local thing.
Recording.
Everyone
Yeah.
is we're recording the Zoom
Can we
meeting.
make sure that they hear
Can
all
we
of
hear
us
that
this
they
time?
can hear Dan? Yeah, can they hear Dan in
That was
the
a
thing?
real mess last time.
Dan, tell us about what's it like to be Dan today?
Well, it's okay. I spent a lot of time going through old papers, and let me tell you, it turns out I may be hoarding paperwork.
But you have a new system. You bought a scanner.
I
This
did,
is new-
and I've been
new Dan
I'm
is-
throwing stuff out. I'm shredding stuff.
Do you
It's
have a shredder?
great.
I was going to say.
I
would
do
say,
have a shredder. I have
owning
a
a shredder
Ninja
really
Turtle
helps.
shredder and an actual shredder. One of those is more
Okay.
useful.
I will tell you, this is
One of them's cooler.
life hack.
It's the real shredder.
We have a shredder, and it's relatively close to the door of our apartment because the thing that I shred a lot is you get things mailed to you.
Oh yeah, I shred
Um,
all that.
that have your name on them. Less so now. There was an era where you would get like
Credit
credit
card
card
offers,
applications
left and
that
right.
would show up like half
Filled out.
completed with
Yep.
your, yeah. I think that now they just say go to our website and I can just throw those directly into the recycling. But being able to just shred those immediately.
I can't turn
was
my
really
camera,
important.
but the shredder is just below the scanner, and if I could get that workflow going, where it just
Ooh.
flies off the scanner into the shredder, that would be pretty gold.
Nice.
Yeah, but there's going to be some sleepy afternoon where you're like, okay, I got to do the thing with this paper.
Social security card, just put that in
Yeah.
there.
I don't remember what TV show it was, but there was some show where they gave everyone a combination paper shredder photo scanner, and it had a switch that went PS to PS, and people were shredding all of their, like important childhood photos.
Yeah.
Maybe that was 30
This is
Rock.
like
I don't
when I
remember.
had a concussion and I had to put a lot of really important insurance paperwork into the mail, but the mailbox on the corner is right next door to a trash can,
Oh no.
and they're both those doors that you pull out. So it was like very
50-50.
fun concussion times where I was like, this is a trash
Oh
can.
God,
This is a mailbox. Put it in the trash. No,
no.
no mailbox.
Oh God, I always have flashbacks. There's a time I was recovering from knee surgery and I was heavily medicated, and I didn't write a check. I had like a check transfer, like an electronic check sent to pay my rent, and I accidentally added a zero.
Oh no.
And it was like
Yikes.
worse than writing a check because like it
Please,
went.
please
and it was
give me
like,
that
I
money
need
back.
I need that back. Like that's like all of it. Like,
Oh, that's
and it worked out fine, but mainly it was I did it, and I was like, and then like 4 hours later, like the pain medication had like leveled off, and I was like, wait a minute, it was like
Check that
you
math.
did a thing 4 hours ago that was wrong, that your mind subconsciously knows, but that part was medicated for hours. So anyway, people, today is a day of stories and confessions, and also Dungeons and Dragons.
Let us
Stories and
know your
cons.
recuperation mishaps at
Yeah.
chat.
Does anyone have anything horrible that they want to confess in chat today?
No, Tony, no. No.
Oh.
Uh-uh.
That's not a good icebreaker, Tony.
Oh,
Does anybody have anything wonderful they would like to share
Wonderful.
in chat today? Please,
Uh-huh.
we could all use the pick me up.
well, they've said Dan is an audible Dan.
That's
we
picked
started
me
that
up. Let me
tangent
tell
with
you.
that. Yeah, Dan.
Dan
So last
is
time,
inaudible, or Dan is an audible
And
Dan?
audible. And audible.
oh God, I'm just remembering that time of those nerds almost got into a fist fight about flammable versus inflammable.
There's
That's
no
when
reason
you
to
set
talk
them
about
all
me and
in
Erica
fire.
this way.
Right?
wait. How do you what? I'm sorry. What? How?
Meanwhile, in Ravenloft,
Yeah, we should start.
Okay,
Although
Mike,
now
are
I
you okay?
am curious about the flammable versus
Well, there-
inflammable.
They're words
Same
that
thing.
mean the same thing, but the nerds who were angry about it did not understand. It was one of those things where people were talking at cross purposes, and like two nerds thought one person was insisting that something was flammable and the other person was insisting that it was inflammable, and they were both correct, but because language is kooky. They almost punched each other.
It's like how dust can mean to sprinkle something onto like a cake,
to
or
remove it.
Clean
to
it off.
remove it.
Or how
clean-
sanction
for Dungeons
can
and
mean
Dragons
to
purposes.
approve
cleave.
things. Oh, yeah, cleave's good. Sanction can
Yep.
mean to
So
approve things or to
non-flammable.
like block things.
Non-flammable.
Confusing.
Got it.
So
Anyway,
yeah.
And that is
w-
English with the Dog and Pony Show.
Yeah, we
Yep.
now get an educational tax credit. Good job, everybody. Now,
We
we
did
can
it.
just swear for the next hour. Bunch of weasels.
is that how that works?
Thank
Hollywood.
God.
All right, we're gonna do the thing. I'll pretend to start an episode. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar. He, him, his dungeon master here at Total Party Kill Incorporated. You'd think I would plan these things out before I start talking,
No, we wouldn't.
but I just go. And I, the key is I keep talking until Erica does that head nod thing, where I know I've said something foolish, and then I am stuck like a deer in headlights. Today we are back in Barovia, specifically Ravenloft, the worst place you can go in Barovia, a place full of worst places. It is the Dog and Pony Show. It is Tuesday night. Allow me to introduce the players. They will remind you of their characters, and we will get on with these shenanigans. We've already heard from her. Let's hear her again. It's Erica Ensign. Hi, Erica.
Here I am. Hello. Yes, I am playing Brildish, a dwarven paladin. Her pronouns and mine are she, her. And Brildish has a very important celestial pony named Pony Cindelarent. His pronouns are he, him.
It's true. Also joining us, the very lovely Micah Sargent. Hi, Micah.
Hello, Tony. I am Micah Sargent. You've already said that. I play Elevor.
The name's so nice, we hear it twice.
I play Elevor Landman, the half-elf druid, as well as my trusty friend, Samus, the saber-toothed tiger. And now we are joined by... Did I choose Brigga? Was it Brigga that I chose?
I thought
No,
Dan-
Danu. Sorry, Danu.
Not to be confused with me.
Yeah, I guess Danu, the octopus who is my fey familiar. Both Danu and Samus have she, her pronouns. Elevor and I have he, him pronouns.
Also joining us, Aline Sims. Hi, Aline.
Hello, I play Soliana, the Wood Elf Ranger, and her trusty pup Androdite, and all of our pronouns are she, her.
Next up, he's running the stream and living the dream. It's Dan Moore.
Ooh.
When did you come up with that one? That was pretty good.
I like it.
Literally, after I said the word stream, I was like, I should probably write something. Mainly, I hope this doesn't depress Dan.
I'm okay with it.
right,
I am Dan Morin, and I am playing cast in Onatar's Crucible, the Warforged cleric of Onatar, who uses the pronouns they, them, and I use the pronouns he, him.
And last, but certainly not least, my friend and yours, Jane Ray.
Hello. I play Lena Dulina, the human rogue. Both of our pronouns are she, hers.
This is the part where I look furtively around the Zoom room to make sure I didn't miss anyone, because my brain is bad at things.
It's one of
I
these
think we're
days I'm
okay.
going to have like a puppet. I'm like, you missed me, Tony.
Oh no! Please don't use alternative personalities to grief me. So it's like,
No, that's what we use all of our NPCs for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks
I'm
for
not
being
an alternative personality.
Yeah. We need new forms of torment. That'll keep me on my toes. I'll just say, it will release this week, but Micah and Erica were there, and Dan. Some of us played a game called Ghost Court, which will appear on the Incomparable Game Show. And I will just tell you, Erica was a bailiff in Ghost Court and several other things. But Erica is just a law and order machine. That is a machine that provides law and order, not a machine that tapes episodes of Law and Order.
That's an VCR.
I could
be
do
both.
that.
But it was just like, Erica, this is a role that Erica provides on a lot of podcasts where it's like we keep things
Oh my
running
God, that's true.
and mistakes are corrected. But it was like, and now she gets a badge and like a stick to club people with. And it was like, this is what you should get.
Wow. I'm seeing myself in
in
a whole new light, and I'm not sure I like it.
that power, it corrupts all, Erica. So enjoy it.
Enjoy the corruption.
Yeah, and and we'll hopefully not get on your bad side. So hopefully that'll all be cut out.
Oh yeah, I feature me.
Yeah, that was local news. That's not relevant by the time this
Podcast news on the twos.
Yeah, when this episode comes out in 2023.
Oh,
Which
sweet
it
Jesus.
totally will.
They just started releasing the last not the last episode, but the first episode of the last Fantastic Adventures, which I don't know when that was recorded, but approximately
Last
800 years ago,
About a
in the
year
early
ago,
days of the
yeah.
pandemic. So
Yeah.
Like
Things
a
have
year
changed
ago.
so much since then. For example, Wizards of the Coast has now released a rabbit playable race, and that'll be all of my characters from here on out. Just so you know.
I bought that book. I have not looked through it yet. Yeah. I'm looking forward to a new Age of Rabbits. That's almost a Gamma World crossover. There's some aggressive rabbits in Gamma World.
When we
they're called
TPK,
hoops.
all Haragon party up in
Yes.
up in Ravenloft.
Oh, it's always good to have. Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Bunnies. Teenage Mutant.
Well, I'm trying to, was there a rabbit turtles? I think they had an Usagi Yojimbo, but he Samurai rabbit. I don't know if there were mutant rabbits. I mean, they seems like they did almost every mutant animal. Anyway, I'm clearly easily distracted today.
I'm gonna play, but I'll be playing a Tabaxi just because. Did you know that if you have a cat and a bunny, they will each groom each other, and each one will think that they are like the alpha, like the species. Person
because
in that relationship, so it's perfect.
Because I don't know enough about these animals. How does it work?
Yeah, let's spend some time on this, shall we?
No, I mean, I figured out
10 minutes. Break it down.
One of them receiving grooming.
So much for the Law and Order, Eric.
But yeah, so just explain it for me.
Chaos, Erica.
Which one wants to groom and which one wants to be groomed?
It's the opposite for each species, so that's all you need to know. Moving
on. I don't need to know that information. All right. Everything's great. Here's what we're doing. You have journeyed to Castle Ravenloft. You have met briefly with Strahd von Zarovich. You have brunched. You have been told that if you stay in Castle Ravenloft more than 10 minutes, your lives are forfeit. You then stayed in Castle Ravenloft more than 10 minutes and went to the basement, the spookiest part of Castle Ravenloft and the soggiest part.
I was gonna say,
very.
The area of Castle Ravenloft you have found is submerged in a good foot of water, and you have found this kind of strange set of dungeons. There seems to be some traps where if you step in the wrong place, you get teleported into a cell full of water.
Oops.
Murky, gross water. You've looted a variety of money and some gear from people in one dungeon, and you've headed across the hall into another dungeon where you have crossed paths with a living prisoner, which creates a real prisoner's dilemma.
Oh, no.
Let me just remind you, because you did at the end of last time briefly meet this character. Is that popping up? Show the players.
Yep. I forgot how handsome he is.
I don't know how you pronounce
very good-looking possible werewolf.
The last name.
Yeah, you haven't shown us a lot of handsome NPCs in this adventure. So
Ravenloft
is a nice,
not. It does not have a lot of them. I mean,
although we
I
were
think
all unsettled by how good-looking Strahd was, if I recall correctly.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would pronounce his name Emil. Yep. I don't know how to pronounce that last name.
I would say
Torrescu. All right, we'll try that. And you briefly chatted with Emil last time. I think you are still kind of mid-conversation with him. Somebody, I'm thinking, Micah, that it was you, rolled a high medicine check. And I decided that with a really high medicine check, which is what you rolled, you can tell if somebody's a werewolf or not.
Yes.
And so I told you that he seemed to be exhibiting some of the signs of werewolfism. So that is my very long clarification about how cat and rabbit interactions work and what's going on. And now Erica has to leave in the cat rabbit thing. Erica said, "No, I don't," but it was muted, but that's what she mouthed.
I'm not muted. I was just talking to my future self.
Oh, okay.
I think Elevor will sort of actually before Elevor says anything out loud, he just looks around at everybody and then takes his hand and his arm and puts it next to like the top of his waist, sort of near his tuchus, and wags it around like it's a tail. And he's trying to sort of code that this
I'm in
person's
the
a
hallway.
werewolf.
Crucible is
okay.
We
not
had
even gonna roll.
waist-deep water.
Yeah.
You are. I think actually it's more like neck deep water here.
Crucible's
Emil
not
is-
even a roll insight because they would not understand that even if they got a good roll.
I will remind you that Emil is basically clinging to the bars of a cell. This is like the this area here, this flooded dungeon. I think there's a significant anyone who's in this room is treading water.
Okay, I didn't realize it was that high up.
Yeah.
I
No,
take it
he's
back.
clinging to the bars to keep from.
Have you
drowning.
considered doing like a nose thing, like waggling your nose?
And
like,
he is
sitting there?
and he is
Yeah.
freezing cold, and he has asked you to free him because
In that
I was
case,
being chased by some wolves in the night, and then I woke up here, and I just don't want to die here. This place is awful.
I want to
Elevor-
remind
ahead.
everybody, because this was only like, I don't know, a week or two ago in game, that it was established that either Crucible or Brildish could cure werewolfism, and the last person that we met didn't want to be cured, just so like everybody remembers that is a possibility.
I think
Okay,
we
thank you. All our
established
characters
last
are-
time in our session
remove
that
curse.
it's a remove curse, which I do not have prepared, but maybe you have.
No,
You went
we
into
could do it right
Castle
now.
Ravenloft without
could do it
remo-
tomorrow.
converse?
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
So maybe we leave this guy here for the night.
at the very
Go on
least,
for a
circle
little
back.
while.
everybody now knows
Yes.
that he is a werewolf in sheep's clothing.
I don't know that I know that because I'm in the hallway and have no line of sight.
Water carries voices very
Imra.
well. Elevor shouts.
Imra.
Yeah, sorry. I retconned the
guy's a
whole
were-
tail thing. Yeah, Elevor does say, I just did a little bit of sniffing, and it appears this man is a werewolf. So just as long as everyone's aware of that, aware of that.
That was
How
a
does-
funny
how
joke,
does,
Elevor.
How does Emil react to this?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, not going to argue with that. Cat's out of the bag, as it were.
Wolf, if you
Dog.
will.
Dog.
Look, obviously, there's a lot of you, and you have me at a disadvantage. I obviously
advantage.
intend you no harm. I'm just looking to get out of the cell here.
Is yours
But
the
yes,
whole
you
moon
are-
thing? Sort of, what's your whole werewolf deal? Do you just sort of
Let's rap about werewolves.
Yeah.
translate
Also,
why
when
were
you
you
want
being
to,
chased by wolves?
or how do you work?
Yeah, why are you really here? Obviously, it's not because you were chased by wolves if they're your buds. I
I,
holler in from the hallway.
Yes, I am a child of Mother Night. My pack. We operate out in the western hills of Barovia. Well, there was some workplace drama, and well, I ended up here.
That seems to be glossing over quite a bit.
Well, I don't know how. I mean, it's like, I don't know how in the weeds you want to get. Let me tell you. I mean, I've been lonely here, but it's like when somebody like wants to talk to you about the dream that they had last night, and it's like, oh, buddy, give me a break. Like, do you want to hear about somebody else's office drama from a month ago?
How long have you been in this cell?
It's been a couple weeks.
And at what
I'm gonna-
stage does your transformation occur?
That's the question.
I have some control over it.
What does
I'm
that
gonna
mean?
roll insight on that.
All right.
Boy, I have had a slew of bad rolls. That is a 9 perception or insight.
I think that is a critical fail.
You cannot
You
critical
can't roll
fail
critical
a
fail,
skill roll.
Yeah.
Also, I got to remember to give myself guidance with my cantrips. I continually forget that.
I don't know. Make some jokes while I look up how werewolves work.
I mean, the Micah's joke was better than anything I'm going to come up with. So, I'm not going to even try. That would be.
I
that
kept
would
trying
be
to work
foolhardy
a
of me.
woo into a sentence, but I didn't have it.
I actually had the song "Werewolf
Now I
of
have to
London"
listen
stuck
to
in my
that
head
song.
earlier today, and it had nothing to do with this. It's just random.
Alright.
Very random.
Okay.
Oh.
Very, very. Random.
I'm just trying to remind myself how werewolves work in D&D, so that this
As
character.
opposed to in real life.
Yeah.
because
Right.
that's
Yes.
different.
Right.
So I believe This is a place where I'm gonna get mail.
You know what? You get to decide how they work
Yeah,
in this
can
world.
I
and
roll
Okay.
insight
keep
on the
their mail and
DM?
stuff it.
Yeah. So I think how werewolves work in Barovia. It is certainly a remove curse spell can cure lycanthropy. Basically, like, why am I narrating this to you? I guess
Because we want to know.
well, when the moon is at its fullest, I'm not as in control. But when it wanes, people of my pack can control their transformations.
Tony? What's the current moon phase?
Roll a d30, Dan.
Sure.
Who?
I'll do that.
Did he say a D30?
Yep.
He did.
Yeah.
14.
I have
Why?
a D30. I can
It is
roll
a waxen gibbous.
Are there
You don't
30
know what that
phases of the
means.
moon?
I do. It's
Yeah.
it's getting closer to full.
Okay.
It's on the far side. It's what, 3/4 or so?
Yeah. Are you gonna hang out with this guy for like 8 more days?
I don't know. We could be
I'm
in here for a
having a-
while.
I'm having a
Lena hears this
crisis.
conversation happening, and she like slams her fist against one of the bars to like kind of get his attention, and says,
Blah.
"Have you spilled the blood of innocence?"
Question.
Look, I'm gonna be real honest with you because I don't have a lot of options here. Me, my pack, my friends, my family, we've done a lot of bad things. We are, or I was until recently, we are servants of Strahd, and he gives us a lot of latitude. He likes the chaos we stir up in the hills, keep those people who think maybe they're safe living far from this castle, that they are somehow safer. He likes the kind of chaos and mayhem we churn up. So yeah, I've spilled some blood.
Then tell us something useful to help us make it right.
Well, I'm telling you now, maybe you like this. Maybe you do want to hear about my pack drama. You let me free, I go back there, I mix things up. The guy running my pack, he's loyal to Strahd. That's why I'm in here. I'm gonna change things.
Are you
We got
not,
different ideas
not
about how
loyal
to
to
run
Strahd
things.
then? Is that your
Not
implication?
anymore.
Why did he throw you in this cell in the first place?
Well, me and my competitor, his name Carol and I had different ideas about how to run the pack. And well, Carol's in with Strahd, and he had me taken care of. So I mean, we time to time we find some kids. Maybe we have to go into town to get them. And my thinking is, you find a young kid you want in the pack, you give him the gift, you raise him up right. Carol, he has a little bit more of a purity mission. We get some kids, we bring them back to the caves we live in. He gives those kids weapons, has them fight, and then we only turn the winner of the fight. Well,
These are
Yeah.
real. The degrees
I
of
hate
badness here are
everybody.
really close. It's not.
I'm gonna say what I
That's
say
worse,
every
but
single
it's
time.
not that much worse.
Every single time I watch an episode
Barovia,
of
man.
Midsummer Murders, I'm going to say the same thing I say then. Everybody is horrible. Everybody.
Am I the only
I'm
one
just
though
saying.
who has stuck in their head taking Carol business? Is it just me? Now it's
not
you
anymore.
too. Now it's you
I'm
too.
just saying, that guy gets a lot of kids killed. Not me.
You get
I want a big pack.
only
full
one
of,
kid
full of
killed?
little werewolf pups. No, we give him the gift.
And is that not a curse? Literally.
I mean, what is existence but a curse
Okay.
upon all?
never mind. I am sorry I asked.
Do
That's
you know what
gonna
kind of
hurt.
power a werewolf has? We run through the woods. We smell an air so clean you would. Well, no offense, you would. I mean, you literally wouldn't know. But I mean, we live in the woods. We are one with nature. We are of the animal. There is a purity there. You look like you might be a druid. You know what I'm talking about.
I propose a deal. You go back, you overthrow your rival, you
Check.
prevent Strahd from receiving any reinforcements of your kind for the next couple of weeks. And when we overthrow him, you come to us with an audience, and we figure out a new way to do things.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
We becoming the new Strahds? Is that our move now?
We're going to be good Strahds.
I think someone is auditioning for the role of being a good wielder of that weapon we found.
You ever had to try to
time.
go into a throne room and take a big throne and cut it into 6 smaller thrones? It ain't easy. Especially if you need a throne for pony.
I don't need a throne. I sit on a pony.
Let me ask an alignment
The pony
question.
wants a throne.
Let me ask an alignment
Right.
question. What is so removing lycanthropy forcibly from someone? Dick move?
I think
he
that
could just go and get it back if we let him go. So
yeah,
it would be a waste of his spell
It's
slot.
really easy to get, huh?
I think removing. Yeah, I feel like removing I mean, it's certainly Dan. I'm thinking of it from a medically, like it's unethical to.
Yeah,
I think.
That's why I asked, but I just wanted to clarify.
It's like being caught between a werewolf and a werewolf who loves Strahd place.
Yeah,
That's the old saying.
And
I mean,
honestly, just a werewolf who's loyal to him, really.
If we let him go and he goes back and loses, we've lost nothing. If he goes back and he wins, at least we have done a solid for the person who is then nominally in charge of the werewolves, and we can, determine whether we want to kill him later rather than leave him to die here. I mean, I feel like there's not really a huge downside to letting him go because I don't think he's going to attack us.
That would be pretty dumb given how many of us there are.
Yes.
Exactly.
Also, as I lift, I remembered my Yukulwa is silvered, as I think several of our weapons are. So super bad news for that guy.
Mm-hmm.
My javelins and my battle
I'm
axe.
okay with it.
Well, so Emil is floating there in the cell, looking at all of you.
I roll insight to see how he feels about that proposal, as opposed to just running upstairs and tattling.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 27.
Nice.
I think you have offered him an excellent proposal, and he is eager to take it because he fears for his life. And running upstairs would mainly reveal that he has escaped from a dungeon and should die. So
Okay, so
you guys got it. What's what are your names?
We run through our list of names.
All right.
I don't say my name.
All right.
Okay.
This is Pontus.
All right. All glory to Lord
This
Crucible.
is Aragal. This is
Hello!
Vanderdyke.
You guys should really get name badges just to make this easy.
It's the worst question you get is what are our names? There's like 10 of us. Jesus.
Yeah. Somebody should commission a song where they all get rattled off. All right. I mean, so are you letting Emil go?
I think we are.
I think so.
All right. Emil kind of paddles over to the dungeon and kind of
before you
peeks up through
go,
the steps.
did you get a chance, perhaps, before you were thrown in the cell to see any more of the castle, or are you more familiar with any other parts of the castle, or is this the only place you've been?
This is the only place I've been. I mean, some people come by occasionally to feed me, but I can't say I know much. I think the kitchens are one level up from here.
Okay. We are looking for... What are we looking for?
Several different places.
Yeah.
I think...
Look
Well,
for
Is there anything that we
Dragonhead.
don't know? We know where some stuff is, roughly, but we
Mhm.
don't know exactly.
Yes,
We
the
know where the
kitchens are up one
dragon-
level. The chapel
It's up
was right
one.
across from the entranceway, we thought.
Do we have a list of the things you're looking for? 'Cause
Somewhere,
that
yes.
we should have that real handy.
Yeah, no,
Uh-huh.
we have it, but it's just been a while since we looked at it.
Yeah. Okay. I will tell you, I forget, is there a specific thing that you were looking for on the basement level, or that just was like you wanted to like start from the bottom and work up?
It was
Uh-oh.
starting from the bottom and working up, and also getting the heck out of Dodge from
Yes.
the main level.
This was also a place to put the most distance between you and where you were last accounted for.
Yeah, because I think the only place that we directly know how to get to, we know that to go there directly would either open us up to attack
Yes.
or being spied on. So
Yeah.
maybe at some
Didn't
point we
seem
can
great.
find another way into that room. But
And it seemed like just from your initial exploration of Castle Ravenloft, a lot of stairs, a lot of passageways. So even if, for example, a place you want to get to is the chapel on the first floor, rather than going through the main halls of the first floor, there may be a variety of other stairs that get you there.
Yeah.
So
looking for
presumably the kitchen staff don't walk through like the main entryway to bring food down to the dungeons. So there's probably another way to get up to the first floor through the dungeons. And also I'm thinking one of the things that we're looking for is the fine wine, of which not a drop remains.
Right.
Yes.
And that might be adjacent to the kitchen.
Yes. And I will remind you, just when you came down, you did basically go down 2 levels. So there was a door 1 level up, or a hallway 1 level up from this, but you went all the way down.
Maybe we do. Well, we can figure that out after. Poor Emil.
Yeah. So you want to go to a chapel, you want to find a dragon skull, you want to find a winery. You've got, or not a winery, a wine storage. You've been to the winery. You want to find out where the fruits of that winery go.
Yep.
So Emil kind of sheepily, and he's, his clothes are all shredded and soaked from being submerged in an awful subterranean underwater cell, kind of paddles over to the hallway. You notice he kind of sniffs at the air, sniffs around, and he kind of, walks kind of zigzag, avoiding the traps on the floor, and heads toward the stairs. He turns to look at all of you and kind of waves, perhaps a little sheepishly, and then heads up the stairs. You hear his wet feet on the cold stones.
Bye. Bye.
Good luck.
We don't have to wave to murderers, Broldish.
And we may never see him again.
Well,
do you want to see the art of?
Weeks.
Do you want to see the art of Corel, who you'll almost certainly never see?
Sure. Is he as good looking as Emil?
Is someone a murderer?
He's more of a hockey player. Look, I think.
He is good looking though.
I mean, I don't. His fashion sense is questionable to me.
It's good hair.
I see. I don't.
He's got that like Dishonored vibe.
He's a
I
little.
feel like I picture him
my
tossing
style.
his hair.
Yeah, he's a little. He's I think. I mean, he's obviously a very muscular man. He's somebody who, does not have a person in his life who would be like, you should really throw that shirt out. He does not have that. He's got some facial things going on. I don't know.
I could fix him.
I think you can fix him. He's a,
dress him up nice.
He's 1 remove, curse, some
a little bit of a
school.
haircut.
Yeah, I don't know. He looks. I'm
gift.
just saying. I suspect that whereas Emil looks like possibly he was a model before he was a werewolf. Carol looks like he was a lumberjack before he was
he definitely has the
werewolf.
lumberjack vibe for sure.
Yeah.
He was from
a lot
Kresk,
of lumberjack
100%.
energy. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Some of us are from Kresk.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a lumberjack, and that's okay.
Yeah. All right.
Here.
So you have dealt with Emil. I will tell you just a quick look around the prison dungeon that Emil was located in. There are other cells that have things in them. It looks like there were a variety of people that were probably left to die here. And guess what? They left things behind.
Woohoo!
Is Danu going to play courier again?
I rolled perception and got a 26, just in case.
All right. You scan the area. What else is in here? So there is another cell that's just full of like the floor underneath the murky water crucible is coated in money. It's more electrum pieces with Strahd's image on them.
Spooky money.
So up to you whether you want that / will you be able to ever spend that without
I'll
feeling
bring my
bad
shield
about
back
it.
in and shovel it out like I did before. It doesn't take that long with a shield.
Broldish, you're gonna love this. There is a cell that sadly, you're gonna love part of this. I shouldn't say you're gonna love this and then open with the gloomy part.
Okay.
There is a cell that has the skeletal remains of a dwarf fighter, enclosed in rusted plate armor. The dwarf's battle axe lies at his feet in the water.
Is this a magic axe, Tony?
This is another magic axe. Oh my God.
Why
know,
does
you wanna
this
pick it up
campaign
and
have
find
like
out?
1 million magic axes per capita?
I can't reach
Maybe
it
they-
because I
maybe
would have to go all
they
the way
didn't
under
want.
the water.
Maybe they didn't think you'd find all of them.
Tony,
maybe
I'm gonna do something that I just don't get to do enough, which is I'm gonna try from here before I pick it up. I know this is not exactly how this works, but since I'm gonna ask for this, since you usually let us identify magic objects by basically handling them, and I have a spell identified that is then useless because it's supposed to do exactly what you let us do. Can I use it to identify the object from here?
Yeah, you can.
All right, I'm gonna spend a first level spell slot to do that. Tell me about this axe.
It is a non-magical battle axe.
I hate you so much.
Broldish already has one of those.
Yep.
so-
Yep.
Can
I mean,
I
and this
have my
do you
spell
have one
slot
that is-
back?
You have what you can have your spell slot back.
Okay.
I feel like you could have. I feel like Crucible could have sensed that this was
Yeah.
not
Can
worth
you tell me what the
identify.
original purpose of that axe?
It was for axing things. It was a battle axe. It was for battle, not a wood chopping axe. This was a people chopper.
That's
will
what
tell
the,
you there
the
are-
axe is named, the People Chopper.
Yeah,
It's actually engraved in
name.
the side
It's a
if
good
you
name.
pick it
yeah.
up.
You know what? It was actually just the price chopper, but someone like tried to make it sound more menacing. So there's several cells that have other remnants of adventures. There is a one cell where there is the remains of a wizard shackled to the wall underwater. So there's kind of a skeletal with bits of flesh into it and blue robes and kind of a conical hat that's all moldering and gross from
Do
being
we have
soaked in the
Speak
water.
with Dead? Because I feel like
Not prepared.
there aren't a
I
lot
don't
of
think I-
wizards in
Do I even have that?
in Barovia, are there?
No,
lot
these
of
would be.
dwarves
I think
either.
it would be safe to say, or dwarves. I think it would be safe to say these are adventurers who got scooped up by the mists
Yeah.
and marched up to Ravenloft to challenge Strahd and didn't do as well as you all are doing.
Yeah, maybe not
great.
talk to them. I don't think it'll be good for our morale.
Yeah, this one you can tell there's a decent amount of flesh still on the bones, and this person clearly had kind of their neck torn out.
Oh no, like there was basically like there was another guy who got brought in with a mist with all of you. And he was in a bush, so we didn't see him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Carrick here. Wait, he was
Oh
wizard.
no!
Oh no.
He's a monk. He's a monk. It's fine. It's
Oh,
fine.
good.
Uh,
Okay. Right.
The
We should check just to be sure, though.
the last cell has has what is clearly a bard who is was chained
A
up to the
halfling
wall
bard?
upside
Is
down.
it a halfling bard?
It's let's see, it's hard to tell that they're all kind of distorted, but yes, it's a halfling bard. They're hanging from their feet from the manacles.
Is there a pony skeleton?
There's not a pony skeleton, but
Okay.
there is a musical instrument smashed on the ground in the murky water at their feet. So
I don't even remember what kind of instrument
Spurious.
Spurious Whisperface had.
I'd hate to be that guy.
yep.
of us.
So I think you have several people said that they grabbed a shovel full of coins. Anyone who did so gets 100 electrum pieces. Many people don't want anything to do with spooky money. And it does not seem like there was anything of value on these remains. So they're mainly just creepy. Would you like to
Well.
continue exploring Castle Ravenloft? I think your main
Yes.
options right now
Mhm.
either head down the hallway to the west or back up the stairway to the east to a different level.
I should be able to see farther down the hallway because I have dark vision, which is
All
60
right.
feet.
Me too.
Put your token somewhere and I'll reveal 60 feet.
Oh, right. I forgot I took a step.
And I think
wherever
you have, just because I don't want to deal with it anymore, there are several trapped panels along this hallway that would teleport you into a cell. We will say that you avoid all of them, but maybe I'll draw them in case that's going to be important later.
Uh-oh. Don't stand on that space.
Yeah, so those are the trap spaces. So there, and who stepped on that last time?
It was
Broldish.
Pony,
Broldish,
Pony
you-
and I.
Pony and Broldish had the experience of basically, if you, I don't know if any of you are still able to walk on water, if that's worn off, but there's
No, it should still
basically
be up.
Less
a
than an
magical
hour.
sigil on the
Right.
ground, if you step on it, you and the water above the sigil, because the sigil was built before this place was flooded, are transported into
Pony
cells.
will prance around them now that he
All
knows
right.
that they're there. I'm sure
Yes.
he can suss them out.
All right. I think 60 feet is most of this room. So this room is a little strange. This you follow the passageway to the east, past the dungeons, and the hallway opens into a considerably sized square room with a large kind of vaulted ceiling. This room is also flooded with water. In fact, it seems like the water is possibly deeper than the hallway here. There's like kind of some steps down from the hallway into this room. So there's water of indeterminate depth all over this thing. There's some kind of strange shapes poking out of the brackish water. They might be some kind of furniture. It's hard to see because it's so dark in there and they're all half submerged. The overwhelming aesthetic of this room is rather gloomy. The ceiling, which is about 15 feet up, is festooned, is the word the description uses.
I love that word.
Festooned with hanging chains that look like thick black web strands. So there's all these chains dangling from the ceiling. The kind of noteworthy landmark in this room is on the north wall, about 10 feet up, there is a balcony. And actually, I guess you might even be able to see further than that. There are two kind of ornate chairs seated on the balcony overlooking this room, and behind them, a red velvet curtain.
It's not a weird thing to have in your basement at all.
Looks like a torture parlor.
Strahd's a weird guy.
Does Androdite signal that she senses anything?
Give me a perception check, Androdite.
Okay. Plus 7 to my d20. That is a not natural 20.
Androdite senses something moving in the water. Androdite's having trouble figuring out quite where or what it is, but there's something in this room.
Okay, I'm gonna let everybody know that, I know we all know her signals pretty well. She's a family dog, but there's something here.
So is that a wall behind the back there, or
There's a drawn curtain.
Okay.
So there's a curtain that's blocking the view. You see the curtain now?
So there might be a wall behind it, but we don't know.
You don't know.
So
Probably there is not any. Probably I think you could conclude not in that there's no obvious. There's this raised balcony with chairs on it, and there's no stairs or ladder leading up to there. So it seems like probably you approach these from behind the curtain.
Got it.
Mainly
How
just
high is the water? Can we swim up?
do you want to find out? You don't know how high the water is yet.
How
No,
far
I mean,
how
how
far
high
up is the balcony? Yeah.
The balcony is 7 feet above the water.
Okay, so it's not like we can
You
just
have to
swim up
climb.
like a pool.
Yeah, it would
The
be
only
real
person
if this was
swimming
your
is
room with a
Pony
fancy room.
and Bruldish. Everybody else is
Yeah,
walking
most
on
of you
top of
are
the water.
Most of you are walking on the water.
There
right?
is something in here, so we probably want to establish what that is before we go any further. If we are to
Those of you who are walking on the water could, I suppose it could come up
It could
above the
probably
water
come
and
up,
attack
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Is it possible? Could Danu
I could
scout?
send in Danu. Yeah.
Or do we have anything that allows us to sense, like, things?
I could sense for my divine sense is undead, celestial, and fiends, which is kind of limited, and I can only do it 3 times a day. So I was thinking I should maybe save it for something later.
Danu has advantage on all stealth checks while underwater, so I feel comfortable
And it's
sending
murky water.
Danu in for a little. Basically,
Reconnoiter.
Danu will go in, Tony, and do kind of a full circle, unless she runs into something in particular, in which
And
case
is
she will.
Danu
go back.
doing stealth to avoid
Yes, so
murdered?
let me roll for that. Do I get any kind of advantage? Yes, I do. Okay. 1 sec. Why don't I just roll a d20? Here we go.
All right. Danu darts out into the murky water. I will tell you, Elevor, Danu determines that the water is about 3 feet deep. There is a variety of objects in the water, and I don't know if Danube is I don't totally. Does Danu communicate with you psychically or mentally or something like that?
Yeah, Danu can communicate with me, not
Okay.
anyone else.
I don't know if Danu knows what these things are or describes them to you, and Elevor figures it out. But one way or the other, Elevor knows that there's a variety of basically torture implements throughout the water, and some of them are kind of sticking up in ways that it's hard to identify them. There's like racks, Iron Maidens, stocks, other instruments of torture. But there are also a variety of undead creatures lurking in the water, seemingly to wait. Some of them maybe are aware of Danube as Danube gets close, but are not quick enough to injure or inconvenience Danube. And so I'm going to reveal these all to you because Danube knows about them. But there are probably a good dozen undead shambly zombies lurking underneath the water of this chamber.
I could try to turn them.
We could also, if this room we don't see any entrances or exits, except for a balcony on the second floor, it seems that we've cleared this part of the basement at least. We might want to double back, go up a floor, and there's the kitchen, and there's also a balcony, so we might be able to figure out what's going on in this room if there's anything else from the place where the big man sits, as opposed to where his zombies are. So I would actually feel completely fine not engaging in this combat.
Same.
I also undead. My favorite enemy is the undead, and I do have advantage on survival checks to track them. So I mean, I'm sure I can probably do that just as well probably better from the balcony, but that's just something to keep in mind.
I mean, if I don't know what these, what the level of the challenge rating of these zombies are, but I mean, there's a decent chance that if they're like turning them would destroy them. So,
but there also might be other things that it would be more important to turn later today.
I can do it more than once.
Also, Dan, I'll just tell you, I think Crucible's been around. These zombies are usually challenge rating 1.
Yeah, I think they would be destroyed if they failed their.
Of course, the last time we tried that.
Yes. What are the odds that happens again?
They are currently submerged. I mean, there are definitely. You could just go back. You could fight your way through. If you know, it probably would occur to any of you that like that platform is 10 feet up, or I guess it's 10 feet up.
7 feet from the water.
7 feet from the water. Water 3 feet deep. 10 feet up. Probably all of you. Well, I don't know about Pony. Can get up there pretty easily. Whereas a zombie is not going to be able to follow you up onto a 10.
And we also don't know. Yes, we can work our way around and get to there, but we don't know how many other things we'd have to get through to get to
I will tell you at some point. You're going to have to cross.
I don't think we see anything in here that is like
worth fighting for.
It is full of filthy, rusty, waterlogged.
My theory is
equipment.
That said, if we can get up to the balcony and get through the curtains behind it, it may lead us into the floor above without having to go up the stairs through a bunch of stuff to get to that point. So we would get to deeper into that level potentially. It's an alternate way to go. We don't have to go one or the other, but
you have convinced me, Crucible.
Although, as the one person who's not walking on water, it's going to be tough for Brildish and Pony to get up there. Like even Brildish, I don't think can get up there.
We can. I mean, once any of us are up there, we
have rope.
We let a rope down.
Yeah. That's true. If we've killed the zombies, I thought we. Just,
I was gonna assume that we try to turn the zombie between Crucible and Imra. It seems like I don't think the zombies would necessarily be the biggest challenge that we're likely to face.
Did you have to say that though?
Yeah, I
didn't say it was gonna be easy. I just said it may not the most challenging, but it's fine. We can go either way here.
Yeah, I think Lena's preference would be to not engage with them necessarily, but I do see the wisdom of going in sort of
Brildish wants to kill them all. Erica does not.
I think the curtain is intriguing and there might be something important back there.
So
like wine.
Do we want to do a dog and pony vote?
Oh, I like it.
Hold on. Who gets votes?
Only player characters
the dog or
get
the
votes.
Only player characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a poll of a
Thank-
bunch of animals.
Yeah.
Raise your paw if you want to go in.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Aragol
and, like,
also wants to bounce.
talking swords. You know.
So
That's fine. I'll
Davina
just
is
I'll ask
no.
them all my possessions. It's fine.
Brildish wants to kill some zombies.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Crucible's going to be in favor of. They are not afraid of zombies. They are going to stride in and go for it.
Yeah, I think Imra wants to go through too.
Okay.
Okay,
Then
it's just
the-
Elevor and
Elevor and Lena,
Lena,
the
who
outvoted
That's fine.
voices of reason.
But we agree, so we do it.
I will just in being your dungeon master friend, not just your friend, not just your dungeon master friend. I will suggest that though I put a dozen zombies in this room, and you don't necessarily know how these zombies work yet. Zombies, when you get to pick the field of battle, are going to be at a disadvantage. For example, how this passageway full of traps works, for example, and if you need to back up and have zombies wander down this hallway, zombies that get teleported into cells are not going to be a
True.
big threat
Yeah.
to you.
So what I'm hearing is that these zombies aren't full of snakes like the last
No.
zombies.
Would I-
you monster.
Would I do that to you twice?
All right. If nobody has any
Um,
objections, Crucible is going to
Nobody
go
has
in and
objections.
attempt this. So Crucible
it.
is going to stride in, still walking on water, get to here, raise their
All right.
holy symbol.
I
I
will
feel
say-
like people who have a holy symbol and are walking on water should
on.
have a
Instant
advantage to
advantage,
roll
yeah.
undead.
So
Yeah.
first off, Crucible, as you move in, the zombies do rise up. I have art of this. There's not a lot of art in this adventure, so hold on.
Oh,
Exciting.
It looks like this, and in the
I'm
published
assuming they're not
adventure-
handsome.
in the published
I
adventures.
will be
This is like
really
a full,
surprised.
Oh man, these are
if
some
they
dreamy zombies.
a full.
Oh my
page
God.
print.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're extra.
Ooh.
I will tell you specifically, Crucible, you noticed that as you move in, there is something not quite right with these zombies. They look different, perhaps haunted. Their arms are all slimy and gray from being submerged in water. And there is something about the presence of these zombies that is unsettling. The adventure calls these Strahd zombies, and they have a different set of stats from your normal zombie.
Interesting.
They are not great. But I don't think that matters if you destroy them all with radiant powers.
Which is what I'm
So.
going to attempt to do.
They are challenge rating 1. There's 12 of them. You may incinerate them all now, if potentially.
I will present my holy symbol and utter a prayer
go,
censuring the undead.
All right, what
each-
happens to zombies?
Each undead within 30 feet, which when I'm standing there is, I believe,
Is
every
ever-
zombie in the room must make a
All right.
wisdom saving throw.
All right. I am going to use roll 20 to roll 20 or 12 d20s. I will tell you, Dan.
you could also roll 20 d12s.
Also,
I
positive,
could,
yeah.
but that wouldn't help me in this situation.
No, it
Um,
wouldn't.
Dan, what do I need to? beat-
132 will succeed.
No.
no.
what wisdom save? do I
DC
need, or
is
what-
16. What's a zombie's wisdom bonus?
-2.
-2. Love it. So
Ooh.
2 succeed by my count.
2? Yes, 2.
One.
One rolled a 20 and rolled an 18, and that one gets to a 16, which ties,
Oh,
which
yeah.
succeeds.
Okay.
All
But
right.
if they are challenge rating 1, because I am level 8, anything challenge rating 1 or below is basically instantly incinerated.
We're 9.
Even the 2 that succeeded.
As long as I'm level 8 or above.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Oh, no, only the
Okay.
ones that failed their save.
All right. What happens to the ones that succeed?
They're turned for 1 minute. Or sorry, no,
And
they
they
are
can't-
fine. Sorry. The ones that still succeeded are not, nothing happens to them. So all are dead except for 2.
Maybe they're a little unsettled. That's what I
I don't think zombies have feelings. I don't think unsettling
But
is
these
the thing
aren't
they
zombies. They're Strahd zombies.
Strahd zombies.
know.
Yeah.
Zombie. I'm rolling initiative for the Strahd zombies.
Okay.
So
Does
this is going to
he
be
roll
quick.
Initiative?
Yeah, I think the higher you roll, the more likely you are going to get a turn. So
Weird.
Because we're recording this in October, I'm going to use my candy corn.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 15 for the Strahd zombies. This is not going to be. I mean, it's not going to take. It's mainly a question of do they hit any of you before, and maybe how about you decide who's going to rush into the room and deal with zombies,
Not
and
Brildish. Well,
Only
Brildish is
fools
going
rush
to.
in.
Dang it.
well, I'm
Okay,
mainly
I
as
gotta play
like
this character.
mainly do all of your NPCs rush in. It's there's 10 of you people. Um,
Well, I feel like we should offer it to our ranger first, since undead are her favored enemy.
True.
And
You're her
at a
favorite,
range too.
And a
so
range.
Yeah. Would
Yeah.
you like to?
Let me.
I mean, you
pull
can't keep
out-
Brildish from the fight, even if you try. So
I mean, unless we kill all the
she
zombies
probably
before
is.
Broldish
Yeah,
gets
she's
to
probably
go.
not going to make it in time, but she will be heading in.
Does a 26 hit the zombie in front of the stage?
yes,
Yeah, okay.
and several other zombies in other rooms.
The ricochet arrow.
Yeah, this is. I will. Okay, the armor class of a zombie is below 10. This is gonna be fast.
Oh, okay. That's 9 points of damage.
Come on! It's
all
so
right.
much fun to wipe the floor with the low levels.
Yeah.
it-
All right. So here I will tell you. Not Aline. Well, you are Aline, but
I am.
right now you're Imra.
I'm also Imra.
Imra. That's piercing damage, right?
Correct.
Okay. I will just tell everybody to help me remember. When these zombies take bludgeoning or slashing damage, something happens.
Ugh. Splat.
All right. So I did 9 piercing damage to this one. Do
Okay.
you see the number? It's Strahd Zombie 11.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna fire another arrow at it. Ooh, but still, 12
Hits.
is more than a single digit, and
Yep.
that's 10 damage.
All right. And that's still a piercing arrow. This wasn't a boxing glove arrow.
It was not a no. This is not a Looney Tunes cartoon.
All right. That zombie looks like it's on its last legs.
Okay.
Anyone else roll initiative that's going before a zombie?
I have a 21.
I'm before, but
Lena, go for it then, Elevor.
6. So I can get up here and
Mhm.
then unsheath my sun's sword.
Yep.
That hits. That is 6 radiant damage.
6 slashing radiant damage, right?
Is it slashing?
I think it's a sword, right?
Yeah,
It
but
just
when it
says-
becomes
it just
radiant
says-
damage, doesn't it?
It just
cease to
says
be
damage
slashing?
damage type radiant.
Okay, then just radiant
It's a
damage.
lightsaber.
Lightsabers don't slash? I don't know. All right. That zombie is not doing well.
And then with my offhand, I'm gonna attack with my other
Magic sword.
magic sword, although that might be slashing damage. But
You don't know what happens.
Lena
It could
doesn't
be
know
good.
that.
Yeah,
Lena
it could be
doesn't know
good.
that is the thing. So yeah, so then she is going to roll. Fortunately, that's an 11. So it does
11
hit.
hits. 11 hits.
10 piercing damage.
Piercing.
Sorry, slashing damage.
Well, 10's enough to kill it. So we don't get to find out what happens. Elevor.
Elevor is just going to ready his turn. If the zombies make it out into the hall, then he will shout, or he will primal.
Okay.
I can't think of what the attack is. So yeah, he's not doing anything right now.
This last remaining Strahd zombie shambles over to Crucible and
Wow, it's
attacks
fast.
Crucible.
These are
Um,
like speed zombies.
It's not that big a room. It moved 20 feet. So
Are these squares not 5 feet?
I counted it.
Oh, diagonals.
Yeah.
Diagonals.
All right. Crucible. One of the things that makes a Strahd zombie is that it has multi-attack. I think its chances of hitting you are low. Bite attack.
What's its
10
what's
to
its
hit.
bonus to attack?
+3. Claw attack.
It's gonna
20.
have to roll a 19.
I got a 20.
Yep.
And claw attack 16. So one hit.
No,
You
no.
will take
It has to roll a 19 on the die. My armor class is 22.
The zombie bites and snaps and claws.
Made of
pathetically
metal.
at you. It's your turn, Crucible, and then Broldish, I think.
Oh,
And
well,
then
that's
back
great.
around to Imra.
Well, this
Bop it
guy
on the head.
yeah. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I guess I could just bop it on the head. It's either that or just do a sacred flame. But we know these guys' armor class is super low, right? So
Yep.
I'll just hit it. That's a 15. That's 4 piercing damage, and I'll throw my Blessed Strike on that. I can also deal a D8 of radiant damage, just in case it cares about such things. That's 4 piercing damage and 2 radiant damage. Boy, I have rolled so many ones in the last several sessions.
Yeah, that is not great. All right, Broldish, I think you're in the hallway, ready for battle.
Yeah, Pony and I are gonna swim on in,
Yeah,
and I will.
there's only 3 feet of water.
Yeah, and I will try to whack at it from atop Pony. Pony is not going to try to attack. Well, I hit. I rolled a 3, but still, that's enough to hit. And this, unfortunately, guys, is slashing damage.
All right, let's find out what happens.
Oh, I'm so glad
How
I'm
much-
standing next to.
How much slashing damage is it?
It is 8 slashing damage, non-magical.
All right. When you do 8 slashing damage, or specifically more than 5 bludgeoning or slashing damage, Erica, would you mind rolling a d20 for me?
I wouldn't mind rolling a d20 for you.
Would you then tell me the results of it?
Just a straight d20 roll.
Yep, straight d20 roll.
13.
13.
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13. You sever the left arm from the zombie. It falls and splashes in the water and continues to move around, trying to claw at your Crucible's feet.
Okay.
This is unsettling.
Yes.
I'm going to take my second attack at the
Do you want to
bulk
just
of the
ask?
zombie.
Okay, I was gonna say you now have 2 valid targets: the
Yeah.
zombie proper and the zombie's left arm on the ground.
Honestly, Brillish is slightly excited by this and is now trying to cut off the other arm because she thinks it's kind of cool.
All right.
Yep. I hit and do. Oh, that is only 5 points of slashing damage to the.
Roll a d20.
Exciting. That's a 14.
All right, you slice off the other arm.
Yes!
The zombie is there. It's still capable of biting, and both of the arms are in the water, trying to claw at your Crucible's feet.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Yes.
That was fun. Thank
I
you.
don't think this zombie is going to get another turn.
Actually,
Imra?
now that there are, hang on, now that there are like just arms, Pony is going to try to stamp. On
All right,
one of
Pony
those
will
arms.
stamp on an
Pony
arm.
wasn't going to try to attack, but now this is different. So
Now it's now it's
Yeah.
personal.
The game has changed.
yes. Hooves. Oh wow, that's a 19 to attack.
That'll
with
hit an
Pony's
arm.
hooves. And yeah, so it's 2d4. Good job, Pony. So 3 plus 2 is 5 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
the arm.
Pony stomps an arm, and it stops moving.
Yeah, that's the first time Pony has been like really successful at attacking.
Pony levels up.
Like little.
Pretty stoked.
All right. All set, Broldish?
Mhm.
Imra, there is one single of your favored enemies remaining, and it does not look like it's doing great.
So the question is, will the arms continue to wriggle if the main body dies?
Honestly, not scared of some arms.
If Pony can take it out.
Yeah, I would focus on the
Yeah.
zombie, and we can pick the arms up and take them with us.
All right. Well,
are-
my
Why do I go on vacations with you?
it is literally impossible for me to hit the zombie with the longbow because my bonus is +10. So I'm
You mean
just gonna roll damage.
Impossible not to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Thank
Okay,
All right.
good.
you.
It's like,
why
and
are
that's-
you doing
You're
it?
level 9. You should be able to hit a zombie.
9 points of damage.
All right. That is enough to slay the zombie. I think you get to decide where you hit it.
I think right through the eye. Like
All right.
just the
Now
The,
there's an eye crawling around.
Son of a.
The neck snaps back and kind of like something breaks in it, and the zombie collapses to the ground. The one hand that had not been trampled by a pony stops moving. I will post the rules for how these things work in the chat for your amusement. Loathsome limbs: whenever the zombie takes at least 5 bludgeoning or slashing damage, roll a d20 and determine what happens. 1 through 8, a leg is severed. 9 through 16, arms are severed. 17 to 20, the zombie is decapitated.
Oh, cool.
There's then complicated rules for how separate legs, arms, and heads work. So, for example, the head can still bite people. It can't move. The zombie without legs can't move. The arms can still attack, but they do so with disadvantage. Mainly, in retrospect, I appreciate how this fight went because I was imagining having 12 zombies and then having to manage all of their limbs and be like, I will do this for these people.
Tony,
they're my friends, but I don't like it.
Tony, you're welcome.
So you are now the torture chamber seems clear of undead. These two zombies fall and join their already incinerated zombie co-workers.
If we had decapitated one of those zombies, we would totally be carrying around a zombie head on a stick, just like in Sluggy Freelance. I'm just saying.
Having watched a lot of The Walking Dead, I just think that it's like that's an accident waiting to happen.
It was in Sluggy Freelance.
Okay. Wow, Sluggy Freelance. That's a old school webcomic pull there. So here's the question. You are in 3 feet of water. The platform with the 2 fancy chairs is 7 feet up. We don't need to spend too long, but you need to give me a convincing how do you get a pony up there?
Rope.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can hoist a pony.
And so probably you've got time. You're not in combat. It's not the most elegant thing, but you make it happen.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, I think Broldish, you could just use a spell slot, right?
Yeah. Dismiss, resummon. Yeah.
One of my only 3 second level spell slots, though, so I probably don't want to do that.
Yeah, no.
We can lift a pony between like the 10 of us.
Even
the octopus has got its little tentacles like around a rope.
This is why we have a pony and not a horse.
Yes.
All right. So I will tell you, you do some work and you get up onto the stage. This is you now have the view here, and I think this is really where you get the sense that like Strahd von Zarovich is not your normal person. You've been in a variety of castle basements, and sure, traps in a castle, okay, dungeon in the basement, okay, fancy thrones overlooking the torture chamber that is then full of zombies. Yeah,
that's the line.
What's weird to me, though, the only thing that's weird to me about this whole setup is that there are 2 chairs.
Yeah.
Who sits in the other chair?
Sometimes Strahd likes it on the left, sometimes Strahd likes it on the right,
Yeah.
Variety
maybe the bride
is the
that he
spice
never
of life.
had.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. 2 large
he's just
wooden
looking
chairs.
for someone to share the joys of life with.
He
posted the picture of 2 chairs on his dating app, like just waiting for someone to join me in my
I think Basilica just looks at that second chair nervously.
Are there names on them or anything?
Never.
No.
All right. Crucible.
One of them is clearly slightly more ornate, and someone has sat in it, while the other one is like mint.
Crucible would like to stride forward and see if they can draw the curtain.
Curtains.
Why are we not perceiving?
Curtains, the bags of the wall.
We're gonna be in this castle forever.
It's okay. It's a very big castle. You don't have to fret about every door because it's a very big castle.
But you worry about all the doors. That's the thing.
Probably.
You don't have to fret,
to the
but you
torture
do.
room feels like it might rank
I'm your friend.
a little perceiving.
I just think we have to operate with a level of trust where probably I would say, do you really want to do that, Dan? And then Dan is now stuck in a conundrum. Is he a confident person who doubles down on the thing he said? Or does he take the hint from Tony that this is where he dies?
I just, you know what? Crucible just killed 8 zombies and feels great.
That's
Dan,
true. That's
do
true.
you really want to push that curtain back?
Yeah, do it.
All right. Behind the curtain is 10 feet of empty space and then a wall. And on that wall, a door.
Crucible looks over at Lena and just goes, phew. Crucible's getting a little sassy. Great. To the door. Does anybody wanna check out this door?
Yeah, Lena inspects the door.
Okay.
She
would like elbows.
She would like to listen at the door.
All right. You listen at the door. Give me a quick perception check, Lena, and I'll determine how much
20.
you see. 20. The door is it's it's your standard interior wooden door. It is unlocked. It is quiet beyond, and in fact, with a 20, I will tell you, you hear the sound of kind of flames flickering as if there is, I don't know, maybe a hearth or a fire in the next room, not a controlled fire. But there's no sounds of talking or footsteps or any sounds of life.
Lena gives the detailed hand signals that she has insisted that everyone learn from weeks of traveling together. Yes, it is both moose ears and a bird.
Got it.
Clear as day. All right.
And a little bit sheepishly, she opens the door.
Okay. The room beyond is interesting. Allow me to read a description from the Curse of Strahd. The room is 30 feet square, rising to a 20-foot tall flat ceiling. I think you can just say ceiling, guys. We assume the ceiling is flat. A stone brazier burns fiercely in the center of the room, but its tall white flame produces no heat. That's really, I think they could figure out by touching it. The rim of the brazier is carved with a 7 cup-shaped indentations spaced evenly around the circumference. Within each indentation is a spherical stone, twice the diameter of a human eyeball, strange point of reference, and made of a colored crystal. No two stones are the same color. So you can see in the map, there's 7 little colored crystals placed around.
Hey guys, we found the Infinity Stones.
Overhead, a wood-framed hourglass, as tall and as wide as a dwarf, hangs 10 feet above the brazier, suspended from the ceiling by thick iron chains.
I'm sorry, back up for 1 second, Tony.
Yeah, that's a
I'm sorry,
really
as
interesting
tall
point of
and as
reference.
wide as a dwarf?
That's what the description says.
Okay.
Who
'Cause
wrote
I'm tall
this?
for a dwarf, so
Well,
I mean,
yeah, I
So
mean,
imagine a short roll dish.
Eyeballs, dwarves.
A roll dish with no shoes on.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Why don't they just say that it's like 4.5 feet tall and similarly wide? There's a really big hourglass suspended from the ceiling by thick iron chains. All the sand is stuck in the upper portion of the hourglass, seemingly unable to run down into the bottom. Written in glowing script on the hourglass is something in common. Again, they always put the biggest, most obvious things in the room in the last part of the description. 2 9-foot tall iron statues of knights on horseback, poised to charge with swords drawn, stand in deep alcoves facing each other. The brazier sits between them in the middle of the room.
What's written in common?
All
we
right.
all speak common, right?
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
it's common.
So Lena moves into the room,
No.
crosses. Crucible leaves the safety of the doorway. Moves into the room.
No one brought a telescope.
No, I don't.
Little
Not in this game. I
spyglass?
don't have a spyglass. Dang.
Yeah.
Different.
All right,
character.
Crucible will walk at least into the doorway and see how close do you need to get to read this thing.
Yeah, like
What's Crucible's vision?
How would they know it's common if they can't actually get close enough? To read it?
Amazing laser robot eyes.
Laser robot. That's
Whoa.
offensive. All right, Crucible as it stands in the doorway at first, but he's squinting. He's trying to focus his lenses and takes a perhaps even without being aware of it, a few steps closer to read the inscription on this huge, immense hourglass, because it's almost like he is kind of drawn. It's almost like they are drawn to the magic energy of it and perhaps the enigma of the inscription on it. Written on the hourglass is an inscription that reads as follows: "Cast a stone into the fire. Violet leads to the mountain spire. Orange to the castle peak. Red if lore is what you seek. Green to where the coffins hide. Indigo to the master's bride. Blue to the ancient magic's womb. Yellow to the master's tomb." What is the meaning of this inscription? What strange magics have the Dog and Pony crew discovered here in the basement of Castle Ravenloft? Will they tangle the mystery of this magic, strange, burning fire and hourglass? Or will they fight about how to deal with zombies? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill. The end.
Find a portal?
Yeah, that's
I'm
dope.
gonna paste this
Find
into
a
the
It
chat.
seems like a
teleportation
very-
room.
It's such a ornate way to do teleportation. It's not just like, oh, I've got like a portal that I walk through and I go someplace. No. I've created gems and a brazier and an hourglass.
Strahd.
And you need to throw the right gem. Jesus, Strahd, give it a rest.
All right, so you basically figured out how this room works.
The instructions were very clear. Did he not remember them? Is that why he had to have them written down all the time?
Could
I
be,
mean, it's a
would.
lot.
That is
It's a lot, I guess. I don't know. Strahd, I don't know. Strahd's overplaying his hand.
um,
He's a little extra.
Yeah, exactly.
bit.
Exactly.
well,
Some of those pacing work better than others.
yeah, sorry.
Yellow to the
Excellent.
master is T, question mark B.
Yeah.
I remember, though, so it's fine.
Listen,
So this is
sorry if I'm
basically-
a little overcautious sometimes. I will say I am the
Fair.
one of us who did Tomb of Annihilation and was the only character in the party who survived, but I did come out of it nude and with one arm. So,
At what cost?
To be clear,
so at
down
what
an
cost?
arm or with an extra arm?
I actually think both.
I'm currently playing Tomb of Annihilation.
Carry the one.
and
Gosh.
It is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody is flying. Nobody wants to touch
No,
the
that's
ground
you're
anywhere
doing
in
Tomb
that
of
place.
Horrors, which is
Oh,
different from
that's
Tomb of
different.
Annihilation.
You're
Mhm.
right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's also bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're both
Tomb
going
of
equally.
blank, generally place where
Not good.
people go to die.
So, clever Dan, have you figured out where all these places are in Barovia?
Ooh, let's
I have
One is
guesses.
the Citadel.
Yeah, that was one.
I closed the window.
The Master's Tomb, I assume that's within Ravenloft.
Mhm.
It was blue was to
Red
the
if lore is what you seek. Library?
Yeah, that sounds a good bet. The castle's peak, we're in the castle. Does it take us outside or does it take us to the top of the
Or
castle?
maybe to the top of a.
Yeah, one of the
Okay.
towers. And then
Some of the areas are within the castle. Yeah.
I would think so,
um the coffin's hide, okay. Which is not Strahd's tomb is not where his coffin is, I think. At least not in
yeah. I mean,
our
it says yellow to the master's tomb, which is
Right.
different. So
Exactly. So I recall that he doesn't. I think that when we did the tarot reading, the Taroko reading, there was a place we were told where he sleeps.
I think
And
you were
it
told
was-
where you could find him.
Okay,
So.
and it was not within a tomb, basically, or like
No.
it was.
I'd say it's more like, Castle Ravenloft is a giant place. Where does he frequent? Such that if
Okay.
you were ready to
where's
find
he,
him.
where's he
before-
hanging out?
Yeah. If you want to find him before he finds you, where would you go?
Always.
So, yeah.
And what was the
So-
Tony? Can you read it? The blue one didn't come through the best. Blue to
Oh, sorry.
ancient magic's
Womb.
womb. Okay.
Yeah. Some of these are places you have not been
Okay.
because I did not prioritize them in the adventure books because they were not as interesting.
And the biggest
Um,
challenge is if we go through to this place, can we get back?
So
feet.
the adventure is the session today is over. In the adventure is written no. In the adventure as Tony is running it, yes. Because otherwise you spent I think the
If I
adventure
walk
as written,
through and
it's-
end up like all the way in like Krensk, I'm
Yep.
gonna be pissed.
I think the adventure. If
See you
you
guys
I mean,
in
I
2
don't.
weeks.
I don't think any adventure is expected to be run strictly as written. Because, for example, there's a whole table I'm supposed to roll on for like random events on the road, and I made some random events on the road happen for you way back when you were first around in Barovia, and I thought creepy stuff should happen. But
Every time
I
it
feel
gets to
like
be a lot.
spending a session like the fact getting from Krentz to Castle Ravenloft. Should you have to do 6 random battles?
That's like
that would
playing
take us-
Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, and think about it. That would take us that would be like
Do
15
we
sessions
get
forever.
of play.
Pokemon
Yeah.
at the end of
Um,
each battle though? Because
Have we
but
not?
there's
that
Many of us
Pokemon.
have collected
I mean,
Pokemon.
yeah,
in
I
one
have,
way.
I have a smoke dragon, so that's basically a Pokemon.
It
That's
is
right, you
basically.
do.
touche.
You don't have a token for that.
So it's not
but my
real.
voice-
So it doesn't count unless you got a token.
my voice is starting to fade, so I think we should probably turn in. Apparently, this was Dan Curse of Strahd part 51. So we've been playing this adventure for a million years.
Almost
nerds.
almost. Well, I was gonna say almost 1 year, but almost 1 year's worth of adventures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Way
No,
more than 1 year.
because we were doing 2 in the beginning.
Yeah. True. Is our 51st session?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We were sometimes
So
doing
not-
multi-hour sessions.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
All right.
I don't know. I'm glad we got to play in October
one can
because it's
know.
a spooky month. Nerds,
Yeah.
thank you for
Spooky.
listening. We hope to be back very soon. Thank you for watching. 15 people are watching now. So
Thanks,
Yay.
15
Thank
people.
you.
You're all great. Bye.
We love you.
Goodbye.